Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm so excited to be here today. And of course, this is a place where we learn from each other. When I share a life experience lesson and you put some ideas in the comments or you tell me about it, even if you make a call, you just tell me, like, oh, just love what you did today. I feel so happy. And when you subscribe, when you like and share, that's giving me the opportunity to know that you like this show. So today I'm sharing just a simple story, a story of a farmer and the seeds and everything like that. But what I want to bring in is that most of us sometimes we get into something and we get out before we start realizing the opportunity or the benefits from that. Maybe it's a project, maybe it's a game, maybe it's a career. But most of us go into something before we realize the gift from it, before we realize the fruits from that, then we get out. So if you are someone who always tries new things, but sometimes you get out and you find another thing, or you get bored on something and then you find a new thing, you might be the person that this video is just tailored for. So make sure you subscribe to this and make sure you like and share with your friends, because you never know who needs to benefit from this. So let's look at how things are. So let's take an example of a farmer. A farmer might be cultivating. Maybe a farmer wants to grow bananas, or let's say avocados. So maybe many of you know exactly how long it can take an avocado tree to start giving fruit, but it might be 3 years or 5 years. So this is what happens when people go in a given game. Maybe someone wants to be on YouTube, but they don't realize that they will need maybe 2 or 3 years before they start making money. Maybe someone wants to start a given business, but you don't know that you need to learn more about the marketing, about the customers, about the branding, about like production and everything in a given business area. But someone goes in for 2 months, 3 months, 1 year, and they feel like they don't see the benefits. You know what they do? They just quit, because they feel like, oh, maybe we should just benefit in the next time we do something else. Maybe this is not made for us. But I want to assure you that gift you have is a gift for you. But it doesn't mean you're not going to work in order to make it useful for you. You might have some preliminary work that you need to work on already. Then that gift will start giving you the fruits after some time. Maybe let's say you want to become a very good businessman or woman, but it might take you 5 years down the road in order to realize like the best way to do the business that you want to do. I will give you an example. You might be good at sales. Maybe you can just make sales quickly. But in order to have a business, the business is not just made by making sales only. You might need to do the production. Maybe you don't know the production, but you're gifted in sales. It might take you some time to learn how to do production of the service or the product. It also might take you some time to make the branding. That's also the same thing. Maybe it is a non-profit you want to start. You might be good at, fundraising. You might be good at making the impact. But what you need to know is also there are other aspects of the business side that you might need to learn by force. You don't like it, but you have to learn about it. That's what happens in a normal way of life. There are things we are good at, and there are things we are not good at. But in order for the things we are good at to work, we also need to work on the things that we are not good at. That's when you realize your full vision can be at work. Because no matter what happens, there's nothing just alone that is going to stand out and operate. It needs other parts of the system. So then you might take 5 years down the road to learn about the systems that you need to put in place in order to make your successful business. But how many of us are willing to wait for that business to start giving the profits? I know a few of my friends who have been trying to do business, but they don't get started until they are maybe in 30 plus years old. But that might be something they started dreaming about when we were still in high school. So how are you willing to wait? How are you willing to invest in the game? It means so much on your success. So from today and onwards, I want to always ask you, how long do you want to put in the business that you are doing? How long do you want to put in the organization that you want to launch? Because you might be good at something, but it doesn't mean that you have all it takes. So some people feel like, oh, because I'm gifted in something, I'm going to just succeed. But that's not the case. Know that everything you can do better, it cannot work alone. You need other systems to be in a place. So when you see like you want to do something and you're gifted in it, but it doesn't give the fruit, don't just give up. Build a system around it that really works for you. If not, just leave it. I think that's mostly what happened when I was starting the organization. I knew something would work, but I realized like I needed to learn about the systems. I knew easily how to create an impact, but I didn't know fundraising, so I had to go and fundraise. I didn't know the communication. I'm still working on that. So don't think because you have a gift, everything is going to come for free. You're still going to work for it. So I know my good friends who are gifted, but who don't really make useful of their gift. Why? Because after knowing that they are gifted, they don't want to invest in themselves anymore. If you're doing something because you're gifted, imagine if you would add more practice on the gift that you have. You would be the best. That's what you need to do. So my dear friend, I want to thank you so much. I want to wish you the best. And if you have a given gift, just build the system for it to work for you. I don't think like because you are gifted, it is going to come instantly. It is going to require you to wait for some time, invest in some time, and start realizing the benefits of what you're doing. I love you so much, and I wish you many blessings, and see you in the next video. This is Amani.